currently indisputable that Nigma Galaxy are the #1s, and NOFEAR5, they're going to have to take down that #1 spot on the T side to start things off on their own map pick. And early doors, it's a lot of presence towards A-Long, and Nigma Galaxy, I like this. They don't aggress towards A-Long. Instead, they go for a bait and switch setup towards Car. Anna, she's the one gathering the information. 23 just sits patiently tucked in, playing anti-flash towards the wall. And Anna is going to find the first.
Couple of attacks here and there. Finally, a blow in return, but 23 is still trying to fight here from the car position. What a nice second kill, a third one nonetheless. And suddenly, everything seems to be over. 23 with 4 kills to her name. Anna, of course, with the initial one. And they did a solid job defending from that long position. And NOFEAR5, well, no money, no bomb plant. Just most likely going to be in eco here.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really nice bait and switch setup. I love what they did there. They read straight into what NOFEAR5 were going to pull out of the bag. And yeah, they just won all of the Angels. Really nice stuff here from Anna to start things off. And I mean, despite the fact it gets a little bit messy, a couple of shots rattling off into the distance. Yeah, again, you can't complain at the flawlessness of that round from Nigma Galaxy. On the flip side, as you said, NOFEAR5 going to be running into this round with just the Glocks. Most likely, at least. But before we do, a quick match pause will ensue.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is, of course, the stakes are high. And, I mean, it's only the pistol round. But the solid thing about Nigma Galaxy and what we know, what we've seen in the past, is that they're so good in winning a lot of the rounds cleanly, even if their opponents are on just a couple of pistols. And now we would have to find out if they can do exactly that. Of course, just a couple of bear glocks. They have a smoke and a flash on the hands of NOFEAR5, so most likely they will just use it in order to try and get onto a bomb site. Oh, well, they're just going to be running straight through the Molotov. That does a lot of damage.
Ace?
The cat. Oh, well, no ace, unfortunately, but the initial mow down was certainly present from her.
I mean, that is just, 177 ADR. Always nice to kick things off with. And the cash farm from those MP9 frags, I mean, it's insurmountable. That's going to be so good for the CT economy going forward. And having a pretty promising start like this early doors is not only a bit of a confidence booster, but it can also work against NOFEAR5 in the sense that I guess they still have to mentally recover from just how drastic their games went last week. That would definitely still be playing on the back of my mind if my best map was just, I didn't even get double digits on it against an opponent I previously 2-0'd. And so it needs to be a mental reset from NOFEAR5. And also they need to reset Nigma Galaxy here. Nice trade there from K-Suit. As we head into the 4v4, the weaponry advantage still lies firmly with the T side here.
Everyone being very patient, but Nigma looking to push things. Oh, and actually the MP9 wins it over the AK, so that's now a free rifle picked up in the hands of Nigma Galaxy. And NOFEAR5, they're looking to get an answer going. Now there is an initial smoke, but oh, the Molotov a little bit too late. Luckily for them, they can actually still hold on and they can push closer, creep into the site. But Anna is here, 23 with the backup. Oh, and the timings, they can just work on one another. Just Elizabeth now all by herself. She's looking to try and really separate the fights individually. Oh, it needs to turn around, but right as she does so, this 23 with the final blow. Again, Nigma Galaxy, they convert. Very important because they shot the buy round of NOFEAR5 completely down.
Yeah, there was some great spacing and great trades there from Nigma Galaxy. Their unprecedented aggression towards A-Long in order to find that kills towards A-Long doors. It just spun the round out of control for NOFEAR5, and then leaving Elizabeth just last alive in a 1v3. As you said, she wasn't able to isolate those fights, and despite having an AK over those FAMASes, it's just not enough that she can do in a scenario like that. And realistically, there's not going to be much that NOFEAR5 can do with just the upgraded pistols here. It's going to be a damage-inducing round, or at least that will be the goal. A bomb plant and a kill or two is definitely going to be required if they want to get their heads back into this one. Elizabeth won't be able to get back through those double doors, though, forced away by the Molotov. And Nigma Galaxy, they just already appear to be playing everything to perfection. Look at that. Lovely stuff from Cat. No need to panic. they cut down that dastardly deagle early doors.
And all really that Nigma Galaxy had to do was just wait it out. They have even so much utility left. It's just Tori that used a lot of hers to deal with middle. But right as we speak, now...
Oh,
look at this. Oh, the damage is pressing. Now, there is actually a nice one dig in return. But look at this, the positioning of Bilga. She's already so close. That's 2 kills to her name. And there's the third.
Goodness.
Beautiful stuff. And, I mean, we were already talking about it. But, you know, Bilga is an IGL. That can frag. And this is now 3 to her name. Everyone really chiming in with their own kills here.
Yeah, a little bit of blame effery going on there, stealing away the eco frags as the IGL. But no, honestly, that was crispy aim there, especially that third shot. The fact she's able to get all 3 of them, and also this goes against NOFEAR5 again. They really should have peaked together there. If they'd have peaked together, they probably would have overwhelmed her, as it is just the one woman towards a ramp. Either way, very impressive stuff from the IGL. And honestly, a very, very solid look early doors. But Victoria finds a nice entry towards A long. That's Cat removed from the round. And Anna, well, she's looking to pull this one back. Puts herself in towards lower tunnels. It's a risky position. She's got players encroaching her on both sides. But Anna finds a great first frag. Stormy, though, trades it immediately back on out. And we find ourselves at another 4v3. NOFEAR5, they've got the advantage. And they've also got far more utility to work with here. Nigma Galaxy, a lot less disciplined with it this time. And that could come back to bite them.
This is already looking a lot better. Vilga, eager to see if she can try and prevent it. And Tori also has a great idea of her own where a player could be. But they need to regroup. This is the important thing in case you do end up falling. But actually, I'm not too sure if they want to be going for this. They creep close to mid doors. Tori certainly will be looking, but it's Stormy with the kill. Sadly, not the second. But on the back of that, I do think Vilga, she's just going to be sitting here waiting, hoping for an exit. But with an AK... Oh, actually, no, hello, that's an AWP.
Yeah, a 1v4 would have been ambitious, but an AWP save is definitely worthwhile at this situation. Cat's got plenty of money, but Anna and Tori could definitely use a drop. And with that AWP being picked on up, I think we know where that will result in at the start of the next round. But it's good to see that NOFEAR5 stave off a very dominant early half from NGX. Nice stuff from Anna in towards lower tunnels here, as you can see on the replay. But yeah, she's just overwhelmed far too quickly. It's a nice split from NOFEAR5 as well. And the control they're able to take, yeah, that definitely nets them the round. Nice frags coming through as well. As Nigma Galaxy, the veil of invincibility has now been stripped off.
Yeah, we all know, of course, that Dust is a very much a back and forth type of map. So I hope that NOFEAR5 can really try and convert this round. That would really shut down the economy eventually on the side of Nigma Galaxy. Because right now they can still buy... I think they might even have enough cash to invest if they even were to lose the next. But the pressure certainly is on both squads with full buys upon the board. And actually not that much control taken by Nigma Galaxy, just kind of respecting NOFEAR5 and the utility that they are throwing out. But it does mean that eventually, over on the side, the pressure will have to come through. Now a Molotov and a smoke on top of it to at least keep them at bay on short.
Yeah, no fear. They reply with some util of their own, but there's nobody to force back with that opening Molotov. Instead, the flashbang does great work. Bilga forced down towards CT, replies with a flashbang of her own, but still a standstill towards the catwalk. Bomb now slowly retreating, in fact. Back up middle as Victoria tries to get an entry through those double doors, but nobody is giving up a peep. One thing that could go down pretty soon, though, is Denelka peeking on past that smoke, and Bilga tries to pre-fire it, but instead gets swung upon. Really nice opening frag here for NOFEAR5. Can they capitalize off the back of it? And it looks like they're going to try. They do get blinded. It slows down their assault through the double doors. But Cat, now that she's been smoked off, will be out of the round for now. Anna, though, she certainly isn't. Great shot at the Stormy to start things off. A 4v4 again ensues as Anna and Tori, they strike one apiece. And with this 2v4 now, 1v4 ensuing, there's nothing that the Alka can really do. She does find a great frag onto Cat, but still a 1v3. And with 8 seconds left, she finds another frag, doing great economic damage to the CTs, but that's all she's going to be able to do. Picks up an AWP, falls away, and that's a valuable weapon save, but the round does again evade NOFEAR5.
And again, it's Nigma Galaxy just trying to... It's almost as if they're having a dialogue with themselves. You know, Anna tries to peek from B, and on the back of that, they think, okay, we need to chase that B player. And then straight from CT, the kill comes through. That's really nicely done. No time for NOFEAR5 to really trade one another out. And with that, another round secured for Nigma Galaxy. That also does mean they keep the economy low on the T's. And slowly, they can continue where they left off. Pause it now to see how NOFEAR5 will play this one out. They had a good chunk of mid-control, but looks like they are going to be going for a bit more of a different approach. 4 players now will be looking to set foot into tunnels. Oh no, what's happening here? Stormy just goes out by herself?
That was a mess. That was a big mess. I'm not entirely sure what happens, but as she walks out of tunnels, she runs out of ammo on her gun and is immediately cut down by a USP. Big mistakes here from NOFEAR5, and the fact that there was nobody there to trade it or even attempt to push tunnel with her, it just adds to the confusion, both my confusion and I'm sure for the team as well. 23 will now have a big responsibility though. 4 players stacked on up towards these A-long doors, and she's holding the off angle, finds the first, tries now to fall away. No, she doesn't need to give up any advantages, but she's not going to give up anything. A gorgeous double kill makes it again a 4v2, and Anna, oh, she does go down. And now the 3v2 ensues. Still very much an advantage for Nigma, and especially as Vilga peeks on him, but no! Victoria, I said she needed to find her form early doors, and she's certainly done just that in this round. 2 to Batali, and in this 2v2, it's still a very winnable situation, but Cat, that is a blast of an AWP shot. With Denalka and Victoria, that is so unfortunate. Thankfully, it's a smile on her end of the camera, as she knows there's just nothing she can do against that HE.
Oh, man. I'm not sure if that was just miscommunication or she heard something that she thought she could peek that by herself. I'm a little bit lost as to how that happened. And of course, NOFEAR5 get a bit desperate, and luckily it is also Nigma Galaxy that made a couple of mistakes. Perhaps a bit too overconfident, peeking all one by one. But in the end, they do hold on, and it was especially also due to NOFEAR5 being quite low in health.
Yeah, no, I agree with your perhaps overconfident statement there. Vilga definitely should have waited till she had a little bit of backup before going for that solo peek on long. The flashbang is all well and good, but obviously she could never know if what setup they were playing. They could have been playing anti-flash, and in fact, they hadn't even rounded the corner properly, so she does just go down straight away. It's a cheeky pre-fire. I think the player that killed her was blinded, but still, she needed someone behind her so that they could be traded. And it just doesn't come in. These little mistakes could be costly for Nigma Galaxy, but in fairness, NOFEAR5 are committing far more grievous errors. And we said that everybody needed to be bringing their A game. And Victoria, she's had a nice start. Denalka as well. But Elizabeth, she's currently James Bonding. It's not the prettiest of sights. She's stuck on a Khalil, and all of this utility that NOFEAR5 have already used up is, well, it could have been very valuably used elsewhere.
It's very unfortunate. You know, this is the rifler that has been around for so long that we have high expectations of. But at the moment, having too much impact, and the whole team, I think, needs to really figure out how to stick together, trade one another well. And now, Flash will go out, but Vilga still manages to spot one, does fire her gun for a quick second, so you can already see Stormy. And not looking to peek this. They definitely need a bit of backup. But nonetheless, the rest of the team, they're actually just going to be committing. Oh, but Stormy wins that duel. She gets away. And that, of course, will fire things up. NOFEAR5 are looking to set foot onto A once more.
Yeah, talking of Stormy, this round's looking a little bit tempestuous for the side of Nigma. Keisu bagged another great frag, and with that, the bomb can go down. Planted for short side as well. As Keisu, the top mid-rear flank comes in storming. Anna will fall to a swift decapitation with just Tori and Cat left here. there's very little that they can do. And the economy on the CT side is as such that they desperately need to save these weapons on over. But Cat is in the worst position possible. And with the more valuable of the two guns that need to be saved, I mean, I don't know what the solution is for her here. She just needs to pray that NOFEAR5 don't run down long and that Keisu doesn't get too over-aggressive here. It appears that, at least for now, she will survive the round. And because of NOFEAR5's own limited economy, Keisu won't be pushing through those double doors. Yeah, Cat will be able to save on over, as will Tori, as she sits comfortably on the B bomb site. But again, what is uncomfortable now is the economy, as the CTs will not be able to afford a reinvestment.
Yeah, and again, Vilga peeking that, and she had the right idea, don't get me wrong, because Stormy was completely sandwiched, and I was still a little bit clueless as to why she was not getting really any backup. And I'm not necessarily meaning like, oh, then there need to be like two players to come over, but at least have a supportive flash or a smoke come out so she could at least safely cross, or, you know, there was not too much information given away. Just very unfortunate that Vilga couldn't win the aim duel there.
Yeah, speaking of safely crossing, though, Tori, not as lucky. Down to 30 as she's whipped through the duel by an AWP bullet from Victoria. As I said, she's might not be posting the best KD, but she's been posting some incredibly impactful frags. She looks to do it again towards middle, as again, NOFEAR5, they show a little bit of presence through the doors. Elizabeth lining up a smoke now. Yeah, a rough start to the series for her. Only one way up, though. And that is for NOFEAR5 to capitalise on this round, as Nigma have a weaker by a considerable standard. The MP9, the FAMAS, and Vilga on a 5-7. Yeah, this needs to be around for NOFEAR5. Build up their own economy and try not to die to Anna in the process. Great first shot from the CT AWP, and she's going back for more as Vilga. She's getting up close and personal to his smoke, but her aggression will not at least be matched for now. It's NOFEAR5. Well, they've made noise, but they are waiting for this smoke to fade.
Oh, she's looking. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I mean, it is definitely probably the play to be pulling. Oh, no. And Anna, that's a very uncanny shot for her to miss. Now with 10 seconds left, they can actually still plant it. If there was an initial delay, perhaps things would have looked different. But Anna definitely needed to get that shot, and things look very hard and dire now. Luckily, NOFEAR5 don't really have any other pieces of utility left. But it's a 3-on-4, and they still need to find all of them. That's at least a great Molotov upon short. That is two players behind it. Victoria, it's burning it just a tad bit, but at the same time, Keisu grabs two of her own. That is, again, NOFEAR5 with a solid victory. 23 just looking to make it a little bit more dicey. But there we go. She will go down. And with that, another round secured. NOFEAR5 still definitely are in it. And Nigma Galaxy are not looking as clean as I would actually like them to.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, they had a cleaner start last time they played NOFEAR5 on Dust2. But something I do want to interject quickly, though, a quick Keisu appreciation moment, because Keisu's flanks have been impeccable. I mean, she gets 2 kills there from CT, and also she removed 2 players a few rounds prior from top mid as she came on another rear flank. And yeah, very, very strong stuff for NOFEAR5 off the back of Keisu alone. Oh, they've been picking up so much, and Keisu is just farming here with Stormy towards the A-long doors. That last shot, a nice spray as well. The USP garnered, money picked up, and confidence certainly gained. This Nigma Galaxy, they've had a couple of rough rounds in a row now. Obviously, the economy hasn't helped them out much for the previous 2. We can't really blame them for losing all of their USPs here. But yeah, on the flip side, the gun round that they lost to start off this spree, again, very messy. And even some of the rounds that they have won, it was only with 1 or 2 players surviving, which is why their economy is in such a mess in the first place. Victoria not quite boosted up fast enough in middle there to catch the opening cross. But regardless of it, again, it's a utility advantage for the NOFEAR5 squad.
And they do have, of course, now that player pushed into long. But other than that, Nigma Galaxy, they leave mid completely open, no contestment from short. And they just hope that from those 2 choke points, they also have Tori up close in tunnels. But that will be enough. But the thing that worries me, of course, is the lack of utility on Nigma Galaxy. They have just simply not the resources to really go for any crazy pushes or delays. It will have to come down to the aim, which has been looking a little bit shaky.
Yeah, I mean, I called Elizabeth out earlier, but Tori as well is having a rough start to this game. 2 in 4, so not quite as many deaths, but 23, quite the opposite end of the spectrum. 12 in 7 right now, as she adds yet another to the tally, and it's Keisu, the top fragger for the opposition side. Denalka, though, great trade onto her head. And he's just now in a 4v4. Anna, that's a risky bit of extension past the boxes. Right-click to smoke in the progress as Anna now dances around the site. How the hell has she made it all the way over towards the short side of A now? But if at the bomb, oh, there's not enough time. I was going to say it could go for a risky full rotation. But now Cat cuts her down. Victoria never gets onto the site itself. And Tori finally spins on in, adds a 3rd to her own tally. And that's a 7th on the board for Nigma Galaxy. Looking a lot cleaner there. And, well, Anna's antics surrounding that A bomb site. Yeah, a kingpin piece to securing that round.
Yeah, and I mean, the initial openings were great, but the way that Anna was able to dance around that smoke is impeccable. Play with the minds of your opponent and, you know, delay things, because there was a push for NOFEAR5 with actually not that much time on the clock. And, well, in this case, it will come and bite you. Now, of course, there will be a timeout called for NOFEAR5. There is another buy coming up, luckily due to the money that they have been building. But it will have to be another clean one, because if not, slowly your money definitely will be running out. And you want to prevent, honestly, Nigma Galaxy from trying to eventually lead the second half already. You know, they're on 7, they could be on 8, and who knows how far they can still go.
Well, the scoreline last time they both met on Dust2, if I'm not mistaken, was 8-7, and then 8-7 in the next half as well, which I'll get back to in a second as Anna, she interrupts me with a very nice opening frag, keeps her cool, and shuts down an aggressive play towards Catwalk, but it's an untradeable bit of aggression, which is, again, something NOFEAR5 have struggled with. Victoria, though, well, she shuts me up again as that trade does come through. Orpas both finding great impact early doors into this round. And now Victoria will be joined by her teammate in Stormy. As I say that, again, it appears everything I say is cursed in this round. As she makes her way back through T-Spawn. And NF5, well, they're still deciding on where they want to finish up. But Victoria keeps presence towards the A site with her util. And that's impressive stuff. The smoke ball does bait in a rotation from Tori, and this is where they need to strike on B. Really good bit of stratagem from NF5 here. Now the push needs to come in, and look, it's a full rotation, Villas.
This is honestly borderline shameful. Like, no, Nigma Galaxy, this is the thing. This is what you get when you leave mid completely open, lack of information. And it certainly is still possible, and we know how good Nigma Galaxy's their retakes are. But the lack of utility, just a couple of flashes, hopefully they can make use of it. But at the same time, look how much NOFEAR5 still have left. Still a Molotov, and Denoka is looking to throw it. Oh, what a pushed up a cat. Luckily there's a trade, but nonetheless, fighting from the back of the side simply is too tough of a task to deal with. And, well, a bit sloppy, I would say, on both ends. I think NOFEAR5, they could have positioned just a tad bit better. And the utility as well. I think it all came too late. You know how, where, and when Nigma Galaxy will be entering the site. You know the bait worked. But they were just waiting a little bit too long with all the flashes in hand, while they could easily just delayed the initial push. But nonetheless, the initial mistake of Nigma Galaxy leaving mid-open shouldn't have happened.
I mean, I was going to say, NOFEAR5 played that round flawlessly up until the post-plant, where it just capitulates. They can't get anything done, and as you said, the positioning was a little off, and their util just didn't quite come out fast enough. Nigma Galaxy, as much as it was a little bit messy throughout the entirety of that round, the fact they can win it with 3 left alive is not only great for their economy, but it's I mean, it's pretty drastic for the confidence of NOFEAR5 here. If they can set up a round that perfectly for them to almost have no chance of losing it, and then for everything to just fall to pieces like that, it's like a house of cards. You build it up so perfectly, and then it's blown away by one gust of wind. And, well, if NOFEAR5 continue without getting a trade pretty soon, this round will likely be a similar story. And bear in mind, they got 7 on their T side last time, then 8 on their CT side to win it 19-16 in overtime. I'm saying again that they need to hit a minimum of 7 rounds on this T side here.
So once more, it will be an A execute. Now finally the Molotov will come, but not before KSU is completely blind. Arda is able to strike. This is the form. This is what we have been waiting for. The beast, the beast just has been unleashed. Sadly, the last one, she can't quite connect, but my goodness, that 3K. I am just getting chills here at home.
Oh, that was impeccable AWPing. Look at the way she dances around the bomb site. The flash to start things off is perfect. Kills the full-blinded Keisu. That flick is disgusting onto Victoria, and jumping up onto the box, landing that third shot is immaculate. Takes a skilled AWPer to land a shot like that. And we're clearly in the presence of one here as Victoria, also equally as skilled, it seems, puts Tori down to 12. She has a particular knack for landing those mid-cross shots. She's done it, I think, 3 times in this game so far. It's just a shame that they've not always been able to capitalize onto that damage. The entry frag rarely follows on up. And obviously, it is hard to catch a player jumping across unless you got the double up set up towards top mid. And, yeah, I'll tell you what, I was casting Titans recently, which really rolled back the years. And they're up against none other than Draken. So a lot of AWPing prowess on the server there. But yeah, they started to bring out the 3-AWP T side again, which got me quite excited. And I don't know if it would really work here. But Tori ensures that Victoria gets nothing done with that initial AWP. And with that, Nigma Galaxy again have the opening advantage, something that they have been so prolific at finding throughout this entire map.
Yeah, but just look how much control Nigma Galaxy is getting now. Finally, we're getting a little bit more of this aggressiveness. And at the back of it, oh man, the Molotov will delay it on short. They're completely sandwiched in between 2 of them. Vilga will get 1 more kill, and now finally the Molotov, it fades away over on short. KSU does actually take Vilga, but oh my goodness. A little bit of guard, but it doesn't matter. They just hang on. And what a way to do it in. You know, it was, again, great communication. As soon as Vilga is about to cross the corner over towards top of middle, what they do is they throw in the Molotov on short because they know exactly where they are. Causes the delay, causes Vilga to just, you know, kind of capture them in a cage.
Yeah, it appears that you can out-Keisu the Keisu. A perfect rear flank there from Nigma Galaxy. Something that Keisu had made a name for in a couple of rounds prior. And yeah, she's had a very quiet game since then, but Tori, she's certainly woken up. I called her out for being 2 in 4. She's now 7 in 4 and 23. She may have been cut down by Keisu here, but Vilga's straight back in to clean things up. It's a 4v2, and Nigma Galaxy are storming through this CT half now. They're looking to go 11-4, and as much as Sonic's Law is a possibility, as it always is, I don't think with the way NOFEAR5 are playing right now, they are up to the challenge of dealing with what is the best female team in the world.
Yeah, of course, a couple of slip-ups ended up happening, but once they, you know, there were a couple of timeouts and everything, once they really start to figure out, all right, this is really what we need to fix, they talk about it, maybe it takes a round here or there, but when they do strike back, you can see that this is now a lot more cleaner than, let's say, 5 rounds ago. Now, of course, there's 2 more players to be finding. Both of them will be coming out of long here, slowly but surely creeping. Now, Vilga will flash in, and that's, oh, well, sadly not a kill. But at least the ideas are there, and now the only thing that is left here for Tori to be doing, there's a nade thrown. It will delay things even more. Keisu is looking She might have the ideas here, but a counter flashbang will cause her to look away. Oh, she spotted the shadow, but still it's Tori that wins the fight. Victoria is looking, needs to reload, but she can't quite do it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, 11-4, Nigma Galaxy are looking to conquer this first map. We would have to find out after a short break if this is really what they can do.
Stuck in the past, oh yeah, until I had no choice. I had to find my voice. I was a tea without a boat to the shore. No one around me who could throw me an oar, oh yeah, until I learned to fly and made it to the sky. You got to open up. Hold your head up, you've got to open up. Hold your head up, you've got to open up. Hold your head up, you've got to open up. Open up and be free of the shackles pulling you. Only then can you be everything they want to. Open up and be free of the shackles pulling you. Only then can you be everything they want to. Shadows never did nothing good. I was a tea without a boat to the shore. No one around me who could throw me an oar, oh yeah, until I learned to fly and made it to the sky. You got to open up, hold your head up. You've got to open up, hold your head up. You've got to open up, hold your head up. You've got to open up. Open up and be free of the shackles pulling you. Only then can you be everything they want to. Open up and be free of the shackles pulling you. Only then can you be everything they want to. Shadows never did nothing good, nothing good. Open up and be free. Only then can you be. Open up and be free. You've got to open up. Hold your head up. You've got to open up. Open up and be free of the shackles pulling you. Only then can you be everything they want to. Open up and be free of the shackles pulling you. Only then can you be everything they want to. Open up and be free of the shackles pulling you. Only then can you be everything they.
Hello there, ladies and gents, and welcome back. You're still watching NOFEAR5 versus Nigma Galaxy, and well, we needed a rock-solid performance from NOFEAR5, but instead we've been given a couple of loose pebbles. It's not been looking strong for them so far, as Nigma Galaxy have started to trounce. And if they win this pistol round, there's very little chance of NOFEAR5 coming back on their own map pick. It's a troublesome statistic, but again, this is NOFEAR5's de facto best map. They've got that 83% win rate. They've only let this map drop once. And, well, it would be unfortunate if here in the final week where it matters most, this is the time they do it again. But K-Suit in towards lower tunnel, looking to cause a storm in the pistol, but swung upon early by Cat. A nice little crouch peek ensures that the T's will again have the advantage. Tori, she is charging down towards the double doors, but Denalka finds a double. Tori drags one back, 23 another. Denalka finally falls, and my goodness, the pistol round is over in a matter of mere moments. 12-4 now for Nigma Galaxy. 3 times as many rounds as their opponents. And Fearless, tell me, is this now a bridge too far?
I have a feeling, and this is exactly what I was scared of. Nigma Galaxy that have you know, they're still not completely invincible, but they have
Hold on.
worked on their mistakes. And I think the important thing here as well to keep in mind, last time around over on Dust2 and, you know, went overtime, Nigma Galaxy had 8 rounds in halftime, NOFEAR5 had 7, and, well, they're still stuck in 4. They're definitely struggling. And, of course, with the money that's up on the board, they're pretty much just forced to go and buy up here, but
It's a
I'm not too
wacky
sure
buy.
if this will be viable. I doubt it. Perhaps Victoria can land a couple of tags and then the pistol could finish. Oh, well, there we have it. A tag on Tori at least. The scout then is picked up by a teammate. But nonetheless, we all know, you know, we have 3 AKs up on the board, and that is very scary.
Yeah, I think the 3 AKs are definitely going to be a prominent factor in this round win. And also, Anna switches out her scout for an AK as she looks now to go aggressive with Cat down towards a long. Dinalka is in a very rough spot. She sits here patiently on top of the site boxes, waiting for Nigma Galaxy to make their move. But little does she know they already have. Bilga does get tagged down in middle by a scout. That is at least further damage dealt. Dinalka finds one more, and that is 3 players. Now one tappable by that P250 on Stormy, or the Deagle on Elizabeth, but already it looks as if they want to go for a save here. Very upsetting stuff for NOFEAR5. This was a desperate round. They needed to pull on over the line, but it's just not going to come into fruition. And with that, Nigma Galaxy could realistically send those SMGs or that SMG on Bilga out for a bit of a hunt. I realize now she's on 13 HP. Maybe not the wisest idea with full armor in her back pocket. But otherwise, yeah, that's 13-4 now for Nigma Galaxy. And things go from bad to worse for the side of NOFEAR5.
The only good thing is, ready here is that they survive with 3 of them, so at least they can hold on to the double scout, the pistol, and a bit of the armor. But other than that, at this point, you know, the gap is so huge. And it would take one hell of a job, and they still can't buy because, of course, that was a force. Enigma Galaxy looks like they will set themselves on 14, if not even map point. Everything just seems to be all pointing towards them.
I mean, you're not wrong, but anything can happen. For example, Bilga can miss that Molotov, and maybe some... Oh, okay, no, there is no miracles. Nigma Galaxy has just got a freebie bomb site. I'll try and set up a storyline, Beerless, but it's hard, man. We got a tough job, especially when I curse everything that I say. Keisu, I mean, a P250 in that scenario, it's good for a bit of damage. Victoria seals the deal onto Tori. But yeah, in this 4 versus 4, that kill from Tori will be about as successful as our Tory government.
Oh, look at the nades!
Jesus.
That is, just huge damage. It's insane. And already, well, you can see them being very much passive. They were looking to set foot and try and go for a bit more of an exit. But with that, Victoria is now out. Dinoka also so incredibly low now. It's just going to be going on the hunt. She will eventually grab them. There's only 2 more to deal with. And I think they might even hunt them down even further. But they're running very far away. And then they can hold on to the pistols. But the gap is 10 rounds.
They definitely would have preferred a little bit more than a pistol coming into... well, you know, a saved over AK, perhaps. That would have been worth the while. But hey, I mean, at least they keep the armor. They've got decent util on the 2 saved over pistolier players. And with that, I guess this is the biggest chance that NOFEAR5 have, and the only chance that NOFEAR5 have to net any sort of comeback here. Dinalka running through a sea of flashbangs, manages to make it very up close and personal, and Victoria is now here to cover. Misses the opening shot and will get Molotov. It's a risky swing from Dinalka. Pays off with a single, though. And with that, it's a 4v4. I've spoken too soon again, haven't I?
I have a feeling you did. It definitely all seems to be pointing the way of Nigma Galaxy once more in case Stormy, they have to back off. The money is simply too low, and at least with 2 rifles and Stormy being on $1,000 as we speak, they can have a bit of a buy here, but It will be map point here for Nigma Galaxy, and who would have thought that affair that was last time around so close, that now Nigma Galaxy just seems to be steamrolling and dominating.
I mean, I do genuinely think that that resounding loss to NIP has affected their mentality coming into this series. Because again, beating NIP on this map and then losing 16-8. And I'm not going to say NIP is anywhere near the standard right now of Nigma Galaxy. It's just disheartening. And I mean, the fact that NOFEAR5 can't even put up, well, half the rounds that they were able to manage against NIP is even more troublesome here. Keisu is not even going to be able to save that. Oh, no, she is just in the nick of time. The round will reset, and there is a match pause coming on in, and unsurprisingly so, NOFEAR5, they need a breather, and they need to think long and hard about how the hell they're going to try and salvage anything within this game. Not a single player other than Keisu is in double digits in the fragging department just yet. And obviously, it's not all about the fragging, but when Elizabeth is 4 in 14, when she was one of the players stepping up during Victoria's absence a few weeks ago, it just needs to be changed, and they've left it far too little too late to even think of cooking up something good here.
And keep in mind as well, NOFEAR5 are yet to win a round here in the second half. Nothing they can make happen. Of course, it is also a big part due to the economy that is not really working their way. This is definitely a statement coming out of Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, they want to continue that flawless streak. And they want to avenge themselves after losing only this map for the entire series so far. And it's like you said, honestly, they lost the map in the first season of Impact. And when it was picked into them again, they absolutely dominated, just as we're seeing here now. They go home, they do their homework, and they do it pretty damn well. That's an A-star at least. As an improvement from a 19-16 loss to what could well be a 16-4 victory. That's an astronomical change. And now with the Tier 2 mixed CS experience they're picking up on, I think that this squad is only going to continue to get better. I mean, they're being invited to mixed events now. And yeah, I can't wait for them to start taking scouts over on that side of the territory as well. Oh, and Felga, the spray, it's immaculate. Victoria does trade one back. 3v2, maybe something here for the CT side. Oh, Batori does a disgusting 180, back down to even numbers, and Victoria gets mowed on down by 23. Fearless, I think this might be it. Keisu 1v2. She needs to win this clutch, or it really is just game over.
Well, I do like her repositioning, though. She's going to be wrapping around, and with 30 seconds left, well, as I say that, 23 certainly has an idea. She's still close. Oh, she peeks. KS2 does spot her, but look at this. Nigma Galaxy, or at least Cat, is looking really happy. The rest is super focused. But honestly, this is really the mentality of Nigma Galaxy. We've seen it time and time before, but at least Cat can smile, 23 as well. Everyone is happy because, of course, you know, they are now